The two attractions within the land are Navi River Journey and Flight of Passage. Have you done those two attractions?
Yes.
I have only done Navi River Journey. I know we've
It's
talked
so
about this
insane to me.
before.
Every time you say this, it just blows my mind.
It's just never worked out. Like I don't know how else like the one time we went to rope drop it, the line was already way too long. We had reservations and we just again, it's just not a theme park that I visit every time. So even though it's on my list to do, I never seem to make it happen. Hello, and welcome back to If It Were Up to Us, the podcast where we redesign, rethink, and reimagine the ultimate Disney parks destination. I am your host, Chrissy, and this is my co host, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie, how are ya?
Hey, I'm all right. How are you?
I am good. It has been a crazy couple of weeks. Like, it just doesn't slow down. I don't know if you feel the same way, but lately it's just been nuts.
It has been, honestly, insane. And I'm already tired, of everything. I just want to, curl up in a ball and just, veg out and
Yeah.
not do anything for, a week.
Right? Like, I know my work life has been nuts. We're in our busy season, so I kind of expected that. But I think what I didn't expect is just how busy our weekends have been lately. Like, between, school things and birthday parties and it's fall here. And so all of the festivals and activities and all the things in town are happening or, around town. And so it's just been like, we just have not had a breather, I feel like. So,
Yeah. I spent, not this past week and the weekend before, the entire weekend at a zoo for a small business Saturday. So
well, that's
both Saturday
right.
and Sunday, I was there I left my house at 7 a.m. and I was there until 6 p.m. and it's an hour away.
Oh my gosh.
So both days, but it was really cool because I was right near the lions and they're really active and they're big. And the male has such the prettiest mane. It's so fluffy. So that was really cool. I had the best location because in the morning they're really vocal to each other,
Yeah.
the male and the female. And then in the evening, when it's getting closer to closing time, one of the workers told me that, you know how your house cat meows at you when it's hungry and
Yeah.
wants you to feed it? That's what they're doing. They get fed after the guests leave, so they know that. So then they're just getting mouthy. So, but yeah, it was tiring, but really cool.
That's awesome. That's so fun.
Yeah.
We used to hold an event at actually I think it's this weekend, but I think they moved it from the zoo. But one of the cool things that we did as a fundraiser was you could pay to feed the giraffes, which was awesome. And so you could walk up and feed them some lettuce and yeah, I think zoo events are so fun. Like
Oh, yeah.
I love a zoo. I'm a zoo girl, so
Me too.
yeah. Yeah, which ties in perfectly because we're on episode 2 of Animal Kingdom.
I
Yeah.
figured so.
Hmm.
They did have a baby giraffe here. It was born a month ago, maybe. Yeah, I think it was a month old, and its name is Savannah. They let the guests put in names, and then they picked one.
That's
And
awesome.
then that guest got a season pass for the year.
Well, that's really
Really cool.
cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun. I love that. Well, yeah, we're in full swing fall here. We have fall weather. It's just under 80 degrees out right now. So I am curled up with a blanket and my sweater and I know that sounds crazy to people.
I'd still be hot.
But I'm freezing, but it makes me want to go to the zoo and just be outside.
Pumpkin
Yeah,
patch.
right. We did do one of the things we did last weekend was a pumpkin. It's called Pumpkin Nights, and it's basically if you think of a Halloween version of a Christmas light display, they have all of these pumpkins and they're carved and they're there was a Chinese dragon made out of pumpkins and so it's so much fun. We went last year and then went again with some friends this year and we had a blast. But yeah, the pumpkin patch, just being outside and doing all the things. Yeah. It makes me
I love
excited
fall.
to
I
be able
don't
to
know,
enjoy outside
the
again.
season that comes after.
The cold. Yeah.
Yes. I don't love that, but I do love fall.
Yeah. I'll take the cold. So I'm sorry. And like it's not winter time or like Christmas time until it's a little bit cold for me. So or at least that's how I feel about it. And I love Christmas like so much, so deeply. I love it. But yeah, and I'm like I used to be that. I don't know about you. Total tangent, but like I used to be the person that only decorated for Christmas, right? And now that I have kids, I feel like I have to do a little something for like every holiday. And so like for Easter, like I got some of those paper garland things, you know, and I put them up on the fireplace, and it's like spring colors. And then I found some Mickey shaped ones, and I'm in love with that. And so I put those up this year. But this year I think I said it in the last episode, like I impulse bought a Mickey pumpkin wreath for my front door.
Yeah.
And then that spurred on the entire Halloween decorating of my house. And so like I have my pumpkins out, and I have some on the fireplace, and then I do have some Mickey like little paper garland things. And then I had some extras, so I just like taped them to the entertainment center, because you can never have too much Mickey heads in your house.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm in love with it. And then I can't, like, it just makes me so excited for Christmas to decorate and do all the things. What are you a decorator per the season or no?
Okay, so my husband and I are weird. We either are all into Halloween and like fall, or all into Christmas. Never both of them in the same year. Right now, neither of us have been like having the itch to get the Halloween or fall stuff out.
Yeah.
So you're making me feel a little behind. And at this point, I'm like, maybe I just won't get it out, but I will for the kids. Yeah. So last year, I don't think we got into decorating like for Christmas really outside. He usually is the outside decorator, and if he's just not feeling it, he's not feeling it, or he'll go like insane and we'll have all the things.
Yeah.
But
are you like a inflatable yard decor kind of family, or do you do lights? Like what do you do?
We have actually a Disney projector that like puts Mickey heads all over the front of the house.
Yep.
We do have a blow up Mickey, but I don't think we've put him outside. I'm so afraid something's going to happen to him.
Yeah.
So I like, don't want to put him out there.
I get that. We do both. For Christmas, we have both. I have like the hard plastic Mickey and Minnie that go on the front porch, and then I do have the inflatable one. This last year, I forget how it started, but we ended up with a Mickey vampire inflatable for like Halloween, and I put that out the year before. And then last year we went to Lowe's with my son, and he saw the bluey one, and I was like, we have to do it. And so now we have a bluey one and a Mickey vampire, and yeah, we are that kind of family. So but for Christmas, yeah, we go all out. I am like, growing up, my family, we called my dad Clark Griswold because he would decorate the house with so much stuff. And one year he actually set the house on fire with Christmas lights. So yeah, like Christmas is a big deal. We do it all. Stephanie just killed a gigantic spider on her laptop, and she sent me the picture, and now I have the heebie-jeebies. So, and unfortunately for her, she killed it using her notes for today's podcast. So, yeah.
Oh, well.
Everything is fine.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll dive back into Animal Kingdom. I think last episode we talked about the Oasis and oh my gosh, Discovery Island, right? And then we kind of stopped there.
Yes.
So this episode, we need to kind of dive into the lands that are surrounding and that make up the rest of the park, right? We'll start with Animal Kingdom's newest land, which is Pandora, the world of Avatar. And so obviously this is based on the movie Avatar that came out in, I don't even know when. I didn't write that down in my notes. But yeah.
If I did, I couldn't tell you.
Before we get into the land, are you a fan of the movie Avatar?
It's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a really long time. Maybe I need to rewatch it.
I feel like I have not seen the original in a long time. I did recently watch or rewatch the second movie.
I haven't seen the second one yet. I need to do that.
I thought it was really good. The story in the second movie made a little bit more sense to me than the story in the first movie, but maybe I just didn't have a reference point, so maybe that's why I feel like the second movie made a bit more sense. But I do remember it being a crazy big thing when it came out, right? Like it was won all these awards and did all these things, and of course we love James Cameron, who directed the movie, and so yeah. Okay, so the land itself is based in the Valley of Moara. Moara? We see the floating mountains and the glowing fauna and flora from the movie. Right? So this is one of those where we're seeing Disney really build out immersive themed lands. And I think prior to the build out of this opening in 2017, it was Cars Land that was kind of like the first real immersive space that we saw, or the one that happened right before this anyways. And so, it was that kind of these immersive theme lands that we're seeing more and more often within the Disney parks. And it really is the reason that they say it kind of fits into Animal Kingdom, because I've always thought it was kind of weird to be there, right? Now that we kind of know a little bit about the history of Animal Kingdom, we know that imaginary creatures or animals were supposed to be incorporated into this theme park, so I do think it ties in with that. But it's really celebrating the magic of nature. And I thought I saw a quote around when Joe Rohde had kind of talked about this, I think around when the land was being built. He said, if you think about the intrinsic value of nature, transformation through adventure, and a personal call to action, these are the values of Animal Kingdom. But if you say them again, those are the themes in the film Avatar. So Avatar and Animal Kingdom nest into each other very, very neatly. And I think that does kind of make sense for me, because I did think when we build out our future parks, does this fit here? And I do think that now, kind of knowing that does make a bit more sense to me. So like I said, when you step into the land, you're going to see the floating mountains, the glowing flora and fauna, which the whole it's not iridescent. What's that word I'm thinking of?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Bioluminescent, right?
Bioluminescent.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but the park closes so early, we don't even get to see that part of this land anymore, which is a real bummer. And then it's supposed to have like a native drum circle. And one of the things that they did differently in this land was that it doesn't have your traditional attraction marquees or even like Mickey images on like the tap-ins for like Lightning Lane and stuff, to protect the storyline and the theming of this land. I will say I have been in this land and it is crazy to look at. The Imagineering story goes into detail about how they built it out and some of the things that they did to really change or utilize forced perspective and the rest of it, with like the floating mountains and that like waterfall that's in the background that's really not a waterfall, to really kind of immerse you in this land and the theming and stuff. I think it's really cool. For me, it's a lot like Star Wars, where it's like if I was a bigger Star Wars fan, I think I would really, really love it. Like if I were a bigger Avatar fan, I would really, really love it. But yeah, I do think it's a beautiful land. It like the storytelling and that Disney element of like what they can do in a theme park is definitely on display in this land. The two attractions within the land are Na'vi River Journey and Flight of Passage. Have you done those two attractions?
Yes.
I have only done Na'vi River Journey. I know we've talked
so
about
insane
this
to me.
before.
Every time you say this, it just blows my mind.
It's just never worked out. Like I don't know how else. Like the one time we went to Rope Drop It, the line was already way too long. We had reservations, and we just, again, it's just not a theme park that I visit every time. So even though it's on my list to do, I never seem to make it happen. So I will say, that being said, Na'vi River Journey, so cool. like this is that one bit of like bioluminescence that we get to see because they don't keep the theme park open late. And so, you know, I mean, it's not as cool as it would be to be outside because obviously we know it's like black light heavy. But it's still really cool to see. And the animatronic, no doubt, is one of the most sophisticated technological elements in a ride. That I have seen. I'll say that because I'm sure Flight of Passage has some pretty sophisticated technical elements.
Yeah, but that animatronic beats that. I have a problem with Navi River Journey.
You do?
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It is incredibly way too short, and the line is unnecessary.
Oh, the length of
it
the
is
queue?
not something. I'm not waiting a long time to ride that. Me and another friend that we both know get into a little tiff about this because she absolutely loves it and thinks I'm insane. But like 20 minutes is max that I would wait for that. And in fact, we don't ride it unless we have a lightning lane. I will say it's a good place to stay and stand if it's hot out because it's all in the shade.
Yeah.
They have lots of fans going. So it is a good like midday, get a break from the heat, but also, you know, go on the attraction. But it's not worth a long wait for me.
I could see that. I feel like, yeah, I really do. Like, I feel like it's kind of in line with some of the other dark rides that Disney has where, yeah, I'm going to cap it at like probably 30 minutes of a wait because I will say I don't remember the length of the ride specifically. But I do remember walking through the queue and being like, does this end? Like, why is this so long? Or maybe it was just like spending more time in the queue than we did on the ride. And we rope dropped it because we weren't going to be able to rope drop Flight of Passage. So maybe that was, but yeah, I could see that. I could see your hot take.
I definitely get a lightning lane for if you do lightning lane in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like if you're park hopping, when you're starting Animal Kingdom, do it. But I don't think overall lightning lanes are really worth it in Animal Kingdom right now. Period. Mic drop. It's the cheapest park to buy them at. So if you want to save money, start there and then hop to another park. But
yeah.
No.
Okay. I'm going to table that lightning lane discussion because I do think it's worth having a bit of discussion about. But I do see your point in like, yeah, the park hopping element and using a lightning lane. Okay, so dining there, we've got Satuli Canteen and Pangu Pangu. I have never dined at either of these, so,
You've never had a Night Blossom?
I have not.
They're both amazing. You can get the Night Blossom at Pangu Pangu, and they have one of the best pretzels with beer cheese there, too.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it.
Okay.
Super good. The cheeseburger pods, my son is obsessed. He actually ate his 2 that came with his kids' meal and one of mine because he liked them so much. And we've tried to make them at home. They didn't turn out very well, but it's really good. And I know they do like bowls and stuff, like some more unique food at Satuli. I haven't had that. I just did the cheeseburger pods. And I think they just started doing breakfast like end of last year. So...
Okay, so so what you're saying is I should add it to my list when I go to do Flight of Passage. I should probably
Night Blossom
dine
and get a cheeseburger pod.
Okay. Again, I have no reference, but cheeseburger pod or cheeseburger spring roll?
Probably still the cheeseburger spring roll.
Okay. Are they comparable? Like, are they?
Well,
I mean, I realize they're two different
things. Have you ever had during Food and Wine the teriyaki chicken bun in Japan?
Maybe. I don't know. Similar to that?
Basically that, but with the cheeseburger spring roll mix inside of it instead.
All right, I could see that being good.
So doughy cheeseburger spring roll.
Okay. I don't hate that. All right, so add that and the Night Blossom to my list.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then there is a little gift shop within this land. I think that's where you can get like the little shoulder avatar things. Anything else anything I missed? I know you've been into this space more than I have, so...
I don't know, but it is incredible. The floating mountains and the waterfalls and stuff. It's so, so pretty. I like it a lot. And I'm assuming, by the way you're talking about it, we're keeping it in Animal Kingdom. initially I was kind of like, oh, it doesn't belong there. But then we were talking about the dragon that never came to be on the sign and stuff. And I feel like a banshee can kind of slip in there.
Mm-hmm. I feel like my concern is that if we get rid of it, what do we still have at Animal Kingdom? And we will talk about what we still have. There are lots of things. I could see the fully immersive land fitting in another park of ours that we have discussed.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that could be an option. Maybe we should table that decision for after we talk about what else is in the park. Just to then decide if we still need it to make this park, because I do feel like it could fit here. So
okay. We can table it.
Got
a lot on the table. We got lightning lanes, and now we got Pandora sitting on the table. We got some stuff
now. I don't know if you can write on the back of your spider note, but if you just write that down so we don't forget.
It's going from this little table into the garbage as soon as we are done. I'm afraid that his friends are watching me and ready to like attack. There's gonna be just like a bunch of them coming out of all the cracks after me. Now I'm scared.
Yeah. I would be too. They're just don't. Okay. Okay, so as we make our way around Animal Kingdom, instead of going back to Discovery Island, we're actually going to use the path that cuts between Pandora and up to Africa. And so if you're kind of following along on a map, this is right where when you enter Africa, you're right at the Festival of the Lion King. And as we kind of visually make our way that way, I will say these are my choice bathrooms of Animal Kingdom, because unless you're over there at Festival of the Lion King, it's like the Harambe Theater area bathrooms. They're just not busy. Everyone else goes to the bathroom that's like right outside of the safaris, right? Mm-hmm. And so I feel like people forget that they're always so busy. And I do, like, I feel like people forget that there's a bathroom over on that other side. So this is my choice bathroom. Just putting that out there. Okay. Then, so as we round past the bathrooms and the Harambe Theater where Festival of the Lion King takes place, which we'll talk about in a second, we enter the fictional East African port village of Harambe. For me, Africa is the land with the most animal encounter viewing spaces. It's like square footage, probably square miles to be honest with you, but like largest land. We have the Kilimanjaro Safaris, which is gigantic, and then we also have the train that leads up to the like Rafiki's Planet Watch. So we've got a lot of physical space in this land, but we also have just a ton of animals, whether you see them on the safari or some of the exploration, like walking trails and that kind of stuff. So all right, so that brings us to the Kilimanjaro Safaris. Have you done this attraction?
Yes.
Yeah. If you have not done Kilimanjaro Safaris in Animal Kingdom, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah. Why are you even there?
Yeah. It is. I will say there was. I don't think we ended up going, but when I was pregnant, like, you cannot ride this when you're pregnant, so keep that in mind. But other than that, like, you can take little ones onto this attraction. So we took my son when he was 1. It is a great family-friendly attraction. And you see so many animals. Like, I have a list in front of me. But like, you see okapi and, bongos, rhinoceros, hippopotamus, crocodiles, giraffes, wildebeests. I'm like skipping through wild dogs.
There's so many.
There are so many. Like antelopes, elephants, flamingos, zebra, African lions. You see a warthog and goats and ostrich, and there are so many animals to see. And I think, like, I had recently rewatched this episode of The Imagineering Story talking about the way that they crafted this to have the animals continue to be safe, but look like they would out on an African safari, right? And where you're going to see all of these animals intermingling, and visually they are separated, but like, or like physically they're separated, but visually you don't see that. And that is so cool and so unique about this attraction. When we did it first thing in the morning, which is what I highly recommend doing, because the animals are the most like active. The animals are the most active in the morning. You'll find the lion, like Stephanie said, with the lion at her zoo, like they're just loud, like they're just vocal in the morning, and so like you're gonna hear that, and you'll see them moving around, and they're feeding the giraffe, like first thing in the morning, and so you're gonna get a lot of action and see a lot of things. You might get stuck during your safari because they're moving around.
A giraffic jam.
A giraffic jam. Jungle Cruise puns, safari puns, like same level.
Yeah.
You just, and I like the safari drivers and the people that are, I think they're one and the same, if I'm not mistaken, but they're so knowledgeable about these animals. Like it is, and I'm sure they just repeat the spiel, ride after
Change
ride.
it up a little bit here and there. Yeah.
But yeah, it's so cool. And often you can see the like zookeepers, animal caretakers, like out there on the savannah, doing what they do to take care of these animals. I love that. What do you think of the safari?
Oh, I love it so much. It's so, so good. We, not on the last trip, the trip before, we got stuck on the safari for like a solid 30 extra minutes because of giraffes.
Uh-huh.
Like they were not moving. They had to come with a truck and lure it out of the way. And then she like walked over and then immediately came back. And like she was like, wasn't having it. And what's funny is they see these animals all day and they know which ones have certain personalities, and they were telling us like she is the one that is out here stopping traffic. If there's a traffic jam, because if you're ever in line for the safari, they will tell you, hey, like there's traffic on the road, and which means there's an animal blocking there, so your wait's going to be longer. And they're like, when you hear that, just assume it's her. Because it's always her, and they're like, there's also one rhino that likes to do it, and it's so funny, because I actually was talking to somebody about this when I was at the zoo, like, you wonder what they're thinking, and I do think some of them like to put on a show for, like, these people, these annoying humans that are looking at them, like, I'm gonna make a little extra fun for you.
Well, and like when you talked about like then they had to like lure her away, she's getting like an extra treat. Why would she not? Like it you're just reinforcing it.
But like it's hilarious.
I will say every time we go, I feel like I take more pictures on the safari than I do like of my children.
Pretty much.
Like if your camera roll isn't full of animals from the safari, you're not doing it right.
And like, what for?
Yeah.
Can we just talk about that? Like, you're going to look at him maybe one more time.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what?
Yeah.
Now what? You have 500 pictures of a giraffe turning like the whole way, stretching its neck and back. You could do like one of those stop motion videos of this giraffe doing all these things. And what for? But we do it.
Yeah.
I literally can't stop doing it.
Nope, I can't either. But now that makes me feel like maybe I shouldn't do it. Like, because I don't go back and look at the photos.
You look at it maybe one time, like that night in the hotel room.
It was so cool to see
like,
that.
Oh, yeah. And then you're like,
yeah. Now I feel like when my kids get home from school, I'm gonna be like, you guys want to see some pictures of some animals?
Let's go through every single safari I've ridden.
Right? Let's do that.
I need to make this worth it. I'm going to see a post from you on Facebook this afternoon. Safari trip.
Yep. Actually, maybe we should create an album of animal photos for our Facebook page.
Maybe on our Facebook page, and just let people contribute to it. Just so that you have a place for them and they feel seen. We can validate this
we can say it was totally fine to...
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so once you get off the safaris, if you're still wanting more photos of animals, you can head on over to the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. So this is a self-paced like walking tour through a bunch of different like animal exhibits. This is where you're gonna see gorillas. Name Gorilla Falls. Like, if you didn't, what are you doing? But yeah, so you're gonna see the western lowland gorilla. You're gonna see some more okapi if you didn't see them on. And then there's a bunch of animal names I cannot pronounce that you'll also get to see. But you'll also see like a zebra and a meerkat and a naked mole rat. So also, every time I see naked mole rat, all I think is Kim Possible. So if you're not thinking that,
Same.
you're just not with us. But yeah, so you can head over there and see those animals, get some more animal photos, and throw them into our like album on our Facebook page. Okay, so like I said, this is one of the places with like the most animal encounters and viewing spaces. So you get to do your safari, then you do your paced Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. And then there are some private kind of tours that you can do as well, that you would have access to here within the Africa land. There is a private VIP expedition that includes kind of close encounters with giraffes, rhinos, hippos, and crocodiles. I will stay back from having a close encounter with a crocodile, but the rest of them sound amazing, on the Wild Africa Trek. And I also think this is the one where you cross over like a rope bridge thing. Like, you're harnessed in for this tour. Have you ever done this
see that
tour?
ropes course from the safari? No, I haven't.
Okay. I have not either. Shocker. But I have seen, I have seen some videos of people who have, and it looks incredible.
It does. It really does.
So, maybe I'll have to put that back on the list. Yep, put it back on my list. Okay, then there is the Up Close with Rhinos and Caring for Giants. Both of these are, Caring for Giants is an elephant care focused tour, where you kind of get close up to the animals, and then the same thing kind of goes with Up Close with Rhinos. When we went on the trip for my son and my mom's birthday, you have to be like, I think you have to be 4 or older to do these tours. Yeah. So we did send my family on them. They said it was really cool and educational. I think it was a little hard to follow for the younger ones at that age. But the family said that it was a really cool and unique experience. So all I can say is that there is a show on Disney Plus called Secrets of Disney's Animal Kingdom. And it's like Imagineering story-ish. But they go in and they highlight all the different care and the things that they do, to care for all the animals that are located within the parks. And the rhinos just seem so much fun to like be around, right? Like you can reach in and you can pet them, and they just want you to feed them. And so I would add Up Close with Rhinos to my list, I think. So then there is also a kind of private experience. It's called Savor the Savannah. Now, I believe when the parks were open later, this was like a at sunset kind of thing that they did. When I was looking in the app today, though, they have like a showtime at like 3:00 and then at 4:30, I think. But this does include some beverages, I think alcoholic if you're old enough to partake, and then some like tapas, African inspired tapas. And then you have like the kind of experience of being able to go and eat within the savannah. This looks amazing. I think this could be a premium offering if and when they bring back nighttime hours in this.
Please do it. They do have extended evening hours for deluxe guests, but it's still only from 6 to 8. Like, it should be 8 to 10 and leave the park open until at least 8. Mm-hmm. Like, at least in the winter months, it would be dark by 8.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know it.
It's such a shame. You don't have to do nighttime shows or anything like that because we know the animals, but please leave the darn park open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. I think, yeah. So, I'm going to put that one on a list to like kind of look back up again at a later point.
Yes.
Okay, so as far as entertainment goes, there is also like this land has like live music happening in a variety of places throughout the day. This is a very active like land when it comes to the old school streetmosphere, right? Like when we would just have cast members and out and like actors out and doing things and really interacting with the guests. I still feel like that is seen in Africa here in Animal Kingdom. But there's also just like so many live music type things happening. There's like drummers and then there's, musicians and they're all kind of spaced throughout the land.
I just feel like Animal Kingdom is the most alive park. Like, it is not my favorite park, but I feel like it is the most lively. There is always some sort of a live band going on. In every little show that you catch, like I don't usually stand there and watch, but walking by, they're involving the guests. There's little dances and they let guests do drums and everything. And I feel like we're still missing that aspect from the other parks since COVID. Like the citizens of Hollywood are not back at Hollywood Studios still. And I think we're missing that streetmosphere in the rest of the parks.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, is it feels like the most lively, most, That's a great way to put it. Other entertainment offerings is Festival of the Lion King. This was an opening day like show attraction that was then moved over to the Africa Pavilion. I love this show. I would see this show multiple times in a trip if like I went to the park that many times. First of all, I love The Lion King. The music is amazing. The story is amazing. This Festival of the Lion King, it's not necessarily a retelling of like the Lion King story. There are elements of that, but it's more like a celebration of what that movie, like the spirit of that movie. And I love it. The acrobatics, it is just an amazing show. What are your thoughts?
I love it too. The first time I ever watched it was right after COVID, and it was modified. There was no acrobats, I don't think, the like flying the monkeys or whatever. So I didn't see it in its full entirety until last year. And it is so... The Lion King was mine and my husband's favorite movie growing up. So we both loved it. And I think there's a lot of talent in those cast members. Like, they're singing live. They're, you know, flinging fire around. Like, it's just... It's wild.
Yeah.
It's a really good show. And I feel like it really keeps kids' attention, too.
Yeah, for sure. This is a great show for, like, all ages, I feel like. And, like, even though they're not, like, bringing anybody on stage, it's definitely interactive. Like, the actors are, looking out into the crowd, and it's another one of those elements of feeling very lively, for sure. So, okay, the last thing that's in this land before we kind of move on is the Wildlife Express train to Rafiki's Planet Watch. So Rafiki's Planet Watch is a section of the park that is further out, but this is also where you find like the conservation station and the affection section, and the animation experience. So, even though it's technically, I don't know if we could kind of consider it its own land within the park. It is because it's far away, but then I'm like, well, but it is like you can only get there from one place. In our Animal Kingdom, I would like to move like the Wildlife Express train maybe closer to Discovery Island, and maybe expand Rafiki's Planet Watch into something maybe a little bit larger, because this is such a cool idea in my book, like to have this section of the park where and I feel like this is something that a lot of people forget about, like that they just don't realize it exists. And before we get into Planet Watch, let's talk just dining real quick in Africa. And I know we said it in the last one, and I think we'll say, like, Animal Kingdom by far has the most dining options, and they are all, like, pretty good, right? Like, there's not anything that I'm like, take it out, get rid of it. My favorite character dining in all of Disney World is in Animal Kingdom, and it is Tusker House Restaurant. That's like our must do when we go to this park. I love it. Mickey and Minnie, you know, and the gang are there in their safari outfits, and the food, the buffet, especially like for breakfast, it's a good mix of like traditional American food
and a little bit adventurous stuff.
Yeah, it's such a good variety of things. I am a picky eater. I have the palate of a 5-year-old, and I love the food here. So, yeah, like one of the best.
Have you ever done it for? Have you done it for lunch or dinner? I've only done it for breakfast.
So when I did it the first time, we were there on the later side, and they were switching over from breakfast, if I remember correctly. So like by the time we went up for like seconds in between characters, there were some other food options. But I can't remember specifically what they were. But I've never been for dinner, and I guess I'd say like I really wasn't there for lunch. I just know they were switching some stuff over when we were there. So, what about you?
Just breakfast. I've been there. It was really good. I don't love buffets for character dining.
Yeah,
but it is a good one. I do like Tusker House.
My big tip is, and this kind of goes for any character dining, but specifically your buffet ones, like those characters kind of come out in a clump. So if you're starting to see characters coming your way, just hang out or send someone to get food who doesn't necessarily need to see that character, because especially in a restaurant as large as Tusker House is, they'll skip over you and they might not come back for a little while. So,
yeah. But
like I know we did 1900 Park Fair this last time, and my mother had gone up to get food when Mirabelle came by, and you know she was like, well, I'll come back, like don't worry, and I was like, okay, like, and she really did, like she came back even before my mom came back, like once to check to see if she was back, like, so that was really nice. But otherwise I say stay put, like you just allot the extra
usually
time.
It's back to back to back.
Yeah, they're coming around pretty quick. So definitely my tip, but for sure Tusker House, like if characters are coming by, just try to stay put as long as you can. Also, can we have a moment really quickly for Pog Juice? And specifically a Pog Juice mimosa.
I've never had a Pog Juice mimosa.
My goodness. They call Pog Juice different things at different restaurants, right? So Pog is passion fruit, orange, and guava. And it is my favorite drink of all time. And I think they call it, I don't know if it's like a jungle juice or something like that. They call it different things in different places, but look for it and then ask for a mimosa because it's delicious. When we went for, like actually both times, we've gotten a whole carafe of it, and just like been able to like refill as we sat and eat. So delicious. Okay. Other restaurants, we've got the Dawa Bar, Kusafari Coffee Bar. Is it Tamu Tamu? Harambe Market, Zuri's Sweet Shop. There are a lot of like places to grab a snack, grab a drink here in Africa. Have you done any of those?
Yes, I've done Tamu Tamu refreshments. I got breakfast there, like a Mickey cinnamon roll and coffee. I think my husband's gotten the corn, like the famous corn at Harambe Market. Remember, probably. We snack a lot in Animal Kingdom. We probably snack more in Animal Kingdom than we do Epcot.
Really?
Honestly. I feel like, yeah.
I could see
also,
it.
Also, I'm pretty sure there's just stuff, and like having a beer in Animal Kingdom is like top tier.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do.
I think there's even like a place where you can buy a beer in the queue of the safari, if I'm not mistaken. I'm almost positive there is. Or at least there was when we were there back in 2019?
I'm pretty sure Restaurant Osaurus, since it's closing like February 8th or whatever it is, I think Harambe Market is taking that menu over so that there's still like hamburgers and stuff in the park.
That's good to know. Look at you coming in with facts. I love it. That's smart.
It may not be accurate. Somebody is taking it over, but yeah. For the picky eaters that don't want like barbecue and stuff.
Me. Yeah, there's just so much. Okay, so let's get into Rafiki's Planet Watch. This is the home of the conservation station, where you can get a peek into the veterinary treatment room, where you get kind of a close-up look at the place where they get to care from the animals. And if you time it right, you may even see like a procedure in progress. So that's really kind of cool. The Nutrition Center, you get to watch and learn how the animal experts prepare meals for the park's residents. And then this is also where you'll find your amphibians, reptiles, and invertebrates. So if you want some more animal photos that you'll never look at again, you can head over there for like... Stephanie could have put her spider there. Yeah, you could have not killed your spider, and we could have taken it to the conservation station, because that's where you're going to find all your creepy crawlies. So I will say I'll never get my husband in there, because that's where you're going to find your snakes, and he don't like snakes. So
really?
Oh yes. That's a story for another time. Yeah.
Nice.
Big man, very scared tiny snake. That's all I'll say. And I learned apparently we now have a what is it? It's not a battle cry. I forget what I called it. Shoot a monkey. Well, when I figure it out, we'll know.
Shoot a monkey.
Don't shoot a monkey. We're not talking, but yeah, you never heard that phrase before? All right, well. And then there's also a science center up here where you can check out what the scientists that are there within the parks are working on. So, okay, up here at the Planet Watch is also the affection section. This is Disney's version of a petting zoo. So if you really want to interact with animals in their animal park, this is where you got to go. From what I understand, you could find animals like goats, sheep, donkeys, or alpacas up here. And you get to go in and touch and see them up close. And I love that. Give me a goat anytime. We have goats at our local zoo down here, and I just think they're so cute. So, yeah.
You can meet, I don't know if did I say this in the first part, that you can meet the pig that inspired Pua from Moana?
No, maybe you did. But,
yeah, I'm pretty sure her name is Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. Charlotte. But you can meet her.
That's cute.
You can meet her and pet her. And as long as she's not, a lot of times she sits where you can't reach, because they have like roped off sections where like the animals can go
when they want to break.
Get away from you. Yeah. But yeah.
Very cool.
Pua.
And then they have an animation experience here within the park where you get to learn how to draw from actual Disney animators. This specific experience is focused on Disney animals, so you get to learn how to draw animals and not just like Disney characters. And I love that about this, because one of the things, we talked about there bringing an animation experience back to Hollywood Studios, which I'm so excited about. And I think there is space in our parks to have two different experiences, one that does focus on animals and one that focuses on, other characters. So, have you been up to Rafiki's Planet Watch? Okay, I have never been. And I
imagine that.
I know, shocker. And I want to go so bad. The next time I go, this is top of my list, because it just seems so interesting, especially after having watched The Secrets of Disney's Animal Kingdom, because it just seems so cool.
I've been up there, I think, 3 times now. I've only done the animation experience once, and we drew Crush, I think, from Finding Nemo. And then, wait, maybe I did do the animation experience twice. No, that was in Disneyland. Mixing all the trips. The last time I went, back in February, Rafiki was meeting and greeting up there, so we have a picture with him. And I think him and Timon swap out, like, back
That's
and forth.
cool. I was seeing that it looks like Goofy may meet in Africa at the Wildlife Express train. I saw that in the app today, or at least he is today. So as of September 25th, he was doing that. So
To change tomorrow.
yeah, who knows? Might even already have changed today. Okay. So anything before we move on, or before we anything that I've missed that we need to talk about in Africa or the Planet Watch?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you covered everything.
Do these have a spot in our park?
Yes. I mean, it wouldn't be called Animal Kingdom without this specific section of the park.
With all the animals? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely. I think, like, we have to keep Festival of the Lion King. We need it all. Like I said, I would love to see this expanded upon, like the Planet Watch. I think you could bring in a lot more information about, like, conservation and Disney's Conservation Fund. I think you could have, space for that there as well, because I think that's a huge part of this park. And but yeah, I think I just would love for it to maybe not be necessarily a train ride away. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't get on that and realize that there's, like, a petting zoo up there. I think a lot of people think it's just, like, a there and back, like, you don't get off up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and when you're on the Wildlife Express train, you can actually see into some of the enclosures where they, like, actually house them, the elephants and, was it the rhinos? So you can sometimes see those animals on the train
too.
up there. Yeah.
See, and I gotta go. I have to go. Okay. All right. Moving right along on our circle tour of Animal Kingdom. That brings us to Asia. So if you didn't catch last episode, Asia was not an original land in the park. It was planned, but was not open for opening day. It opened a little while later, less than a year after opening. So in this Asia land, land of Asia? I don't know. Like, it's not really Asian? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Lush vegetation, crumbling ruins, and mysterious temples were borrowed from countries such as Nepal, Mongolia, Indonesia, Cambodia, Thailand, and India, to form the cultural melting pot that is the mythical kingdom of Anandapur. Anandapur.
Oh, I know what word you're trying to say, yeah.
So I'm going to spell it out.
Good job.
I tried real hard, okay, friends? Okay, so this is where we see attractions like Expedition Everest, Kali River Rapids, and the Maharaja Jungle Trek. This is a land, like, if you do the Jungle Trek, you're going to see some animals. Otherwise, not so much. If I'm, like, remembering correctly, aside from their Feathered Friends in Flight, the Animal Kingdom show, that takes place here in Asia. Like, if you haven't listened to our Magic Kingdom episodes, go do that, because we actually took Expedition Everest out of Animal Kingdom, so bye-bye. That is now moved over to Magic Kingdom. And then we also took, like, the food cafes from Yak and Yeti, not the restaurant, but the little food, like, stalls. We moved those over into Adventureland. So those are no longer in this park in our version. So here's what I'll say. I'll give my opinions on these things, and then I'll see what your opinions are. I know we talked about Expedition Everest and all of that, so I'm not going to get into that. Kali River Rapids. I did that one for the first time in 2021. I enjoy this ride. When I went to do a little bit of research, I kind of got the backstory about it, and it makes a little bit more sense. But, like, I feel like it's something about being on the rapids versus, like, your slow dark ride boat ride. You just don't have, you're immersed in a story, but you're not aware of it as much, you know?
No, you're worried about getting soaking wet.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, from what I understood is that we're looking at what the effects are of like deforestation. So I do distinctly remember a section of the ride where all the trees are just kind of like down, and it almost looks like they've like, they're just like rotting trees or dead trees, and you kind of have that there within a section of the ride. And I just don't think that comes across when you're on the ride itself. But
No.
it is like, it's still fun, and it's great because this is a hot park. You need a water ride to cool you off. I don't necessarily want to get as soaked as you do, but what you gonna do about it?
I've never been on it because I don't like to be wet and walk around.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never been on it. And then a lot of times when I go, it's closed for like it's winter refurb. So
I will say it's one of those big tubular raft ride things where you're sitting in the seats, and there's probably 10 to 12 seats on the raft, and so it does depend kind of where you're sitting as you go through things as to whether or not you get wet. But overall, like, yeah, you're gonna get more wet on this ride than you are like a Tiana's Bayou Adventure or so just keep that in mind. It is still a fun ride. I do like it. Like I enjoyed when we went on it. Okay, Maharaja Jungle Trek. Have you done this one?
yes.
Okay, I have not. But from what I understand, this trek leads guests through the forests and ruins outside of the village, home to animals like the flying fox, the Sumatran tiger, including the baby tiger that was just born last year, and the Komodo dragon. Yeah. So I guess I'll add it to my list of things to do.
What do you do when you're in Animal Kingdom? Because, like...
I guess nothing. I have no idea. I go eat at Tusker House. I do the safari.
Watch the Festival of Lion King, and then you're out.
And then I'm out. We talked about it's a half-day park, right? Like, it's so...
Well, for you, it's a 2-hour plus a dinner or breakfast park.
Yeah.
It's not even a half day. Okay.
Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I just don't do, like,
And I thought I didn't like it. I feel like you win.
I think I do. I'm the villain of these two episodes. I get it. Like, Animal Kingdom lovers, please don't come at me. Like, I am committing to our moms and any other listeners that might be listening that I will give it a chance, okay? I will give it a go. I'll go and I'll stay the whole day, okay? I'll do all the things, all right? I promise. Yeah. I will go back and I will experience it. I'm keeping it. It's not that I don't like the park. I really do enjoy it. I just didn't have enough appreciation for it, I think. I just want to do other things. God. Ugh. Okay,
so did you actually give your opinion on this, or didn't we get there?
Well, I've never done it, so I don't know. I want to do it, I guess is what I want to say.
I am proposing that we just get rid of Asia. Now, before anyone yells at me about the tigers and Bosco, we can fit them over in Africa. It could be Africa, Asia. It could be whatever you want to rename that area. I'm proposing that we get rid of Kelly River Rapids. I already took away Everest, but replace that with, like, Grizzly River Run, the Red Creek Trail. Make this like an Americas type area.
Okay.
And the trail could feature, like, bald eagles, like a sanctuary for bald eagles.
Okay.
Some of our grizzly bears, some of the American animals that, need a little rehabilitation.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to do, only because I've already pulled out Expedition Everest, and I feel like it just, yeah.
I don't hate that idea, and I could see, like, just as you were saying that, like, bringing in some of the Americas, like, this could be an opportunity to expand upon some of the conservation elements, not just animal, but also land, and this is where you could even have a tie-in to some of our national parks, right? Like, you could have, like, a replica, like Old Faithful and, some of that kind of stuff that, that you could tie into. So that could be a really unique idea for our
And we'll
Animal
still have
Kingdom.
the raft ride
Mhm.
with Grizzly River Run.
Yeah.
And yep, that's what I'm proposing. That's
Okay.
what my notes were. And I did open it just to make sure I got it. So I did.
You
It's
looked
like
at your
glue.
spider again. Ugh. Yuck. Oh, God.
It literally was like glue.
Ugh. Yeah, I actually really kind of love that idea. And I feel like it kind of fits in with like the feathered friends in flight, and like you could still leave that in, have your bald eagle, all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. All right. Next question for you. Would you bring in the tropical America stuff, or would you stick to like the North American stuff?
I feel like you could. If you wanted to keep Encanto and stuff like that, you could make it South America and North America.
Okay. I mean, we already moved Encanto away, so but
that's right.
But I could see you saying like, okay, let's the I don't know what the theme or how the announced Indiana Jones ride is going to be, or attraction that they're bringing over, what that's going to look like. But I could see you doing something with Indiana Jones, like even.
Also, I remembered my darn idea now with the Wildlife Express train.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be the Zootopia train.
Well,
You
that
know how she
takes
gets
you
on a
through all the
train?
different like habitats or
Yes.
like the.
And so once you get there, you go to Zootopia because I want to bring that whole area from Shanghai and pick it up and put it into Animal Kingdom. They have like a whole Zootopia area there. We can put our Zootopia show that we took out of the Tree of Life and put it back there. Because in Shanghai, they have the Zootopia Hot Pursuit ride, which is like a trackless ride. Remy and Rise and all of that. And then you could have some meet and greets. And you could even, like, I think we should move the petting zoo so people can just easily walk up to it and don't have to get on a train. But if you didn't want to, you could put it somewhere. But yeah.
I like those ideas a lot.
I forgot all about it. Yes, I want the Wildlife Express train to be the Zootopia train.
I love that so much. That makes a lot of sense.
And you know what they should do? They should have like little, like just paper ears, something cheap, and kids could pick which animal they want to be to like go up to Zootopia. Like little
that
ears,
would be
so it could be a rabbit.
Fun.
A little paper mask for a
Yeah.
lion or a tiger or something.
That would be
like
so
just a
fun.
little freebie.
Yeah, such a good idea. I love that. Yeah, and then they get to kind of and then
Now
when they
that
get
my
up to
brain
and
is
then
on.
but then when they get up to like the conservation station, they can learn about the habitat in which that animal lives. Right? Like now go find like a very interactive kind of thing. That's cool. Okay, you know what that reminds me of though? Side note tangent. Have you ever been to one of those Titanic exhibit things?
I haven't, where they give you like
They give you the name of a
that you are.
passenger, right? And then you find out whether
You find out if you died.
Yeah. But less
Not funny, but
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, they give you an animal and then you find out how that animal lives. Very cool. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so we get rid of Asia. Maybe we could still have a tropical Americas thing, and then that's where maybe we bring in some like jungle elements. So that you could still have like your jungle trek called something different, right? But then maybe you do have like your Indiana Jones and there was something else that I was also thinking from
You could bring like some Mayan ruins in and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
pyramid yeah.
thing.
Because I was just thinking that actually Raging Spirits from Tokyo Disney Sea. It's like an excavation of ancient. I put gods aboard this roller coaster with a 360-degree loop. So this brings back your thrill attraction into the park. So maybe you have like so you kind of keep your tropical, you'd have like your Americas and then like your tropical Americas. You'd still have that element. But you bring in, you keep your Indiana Jones and then maybe your Jungle Trek and then bring over Raging Spirits from Tokyo Disney Sea. I like that.
Not super loving having two Indiana Jones, but if they're completely different stories.
Yeah.
I feel like you could.
Yeah. I mean, well, once this one is built, we will have two different, maybe, well, no, I don't like that. I was gonna say maybe you could bring over, you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
But then I'm like, nope, that doesn't work. Yeah, to have two of the same, well, we would have to see, maybe the Indiana Jones goes away from Magic Kingdom and you just have this one in this area. So, okay, all right. So then I love those big ideas. Would you like to hear my big idea?
Yes.
Okay. My big idea is to bring in another country. And I was going on the, it doesn't get so, or not country, continent. Because we have Africa, we have Asia, right? I'm assuming Pandora is a continent in the sky. So
I think this is also a continent and a country.
I don't think
you were wrong the first time.
Yeah, well, that's how I was like, I'll bring in this. So my thought is we create an Australia land. And this is where I would bring over the Seas with Nemo and Friends from Epcot, as well as like the whole aquarium. And now we no longer have any kind of animals in Epcot. And instead we bring the celebration of the animals that are in Epcot over to Animal Kingdom. And then because that whole thing is the Seas with Nemo and Friends, like it's, the Great Barrier Reef and all of that. So that was my thought process, was to do that kind of thing. And then I really am taking a bit from Tokyo Disney Sea and bringing over some of these kind of elements that they have. There's a jump-in jellyfish attraction that's for, they have a lot of attractions in this like aerials space, like under the sea space there, that we really could transition and retheme into rides surrounding like the Great Barrier Reef. The other one that I thought we could maybe bring over is Crush's Coaster from Disneyland Paris.
Yeah,
so
I had that on my list too.
And then we could have animals like the kangaroo, the wallaby, the koalas, like animals that are specific to the continent of Australia. Maybe we could bring some of those in. So I would love to see a platypus, which I know the zoo in Sydney has a platypus, or had one at one point. So yeah.
So are you envisioning this like a Animal Kingdom as it is now, the big blue beyond show building?
Yeah.
Are you leaving that and putting this where Dino Land was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Cool. So we would still keep Finding Nemo the musical, and then we would have like the aquarium, basically. Yeah, like you
just pick up that whole thing and just bring
pick up that whole big building and bring it over. You could still have, what is that restaurant, Coral Reef, I think is still in that building. I mean, you could even bring over that if you wanted to, but it's a crappy restaurant, sorry, pardon my French, and also for anyone who loves that. But I do think like having that kind of immersive dining experience, like the food is not great, but the
experience is being able to eat in the aquarium type thing.
So
no, I love that. This just makes, I wish this is what Animal Kingdom looked like, because it would be so amazing.
Yeah.
And it would not be a half-day park.
I agree. I think, and also like having this section of the park would give you a break from the heat that you just don't see anywhere else.
Yeah, because you're bringing over a bunch of indoor rides. So, boom. Yeah.
And, and then you could have some kind of like kids play space, and, because with the going away of Dino Land, you're taking away that whole like climbing and digging exhibit.
The boneyard,
yeah. So you need something like that there. So I think that's, I would love to have something like that there. I think that makes more sense than bringing in the Tropical Americas section of the park that they're talking about doing. But
I agree. But I will take anything that Disney will give us in Animal Kingdom at this point.
Yeah.
Give us something. We need it. Okay, I think
that kind of wraps up Animal Kingdom for us. Because I don't have anything else to add or to build out. I think we've created some new stuff. We've celebrated what's there that we like. Yeah. Oh, can we talk for a quick minute about, was it Kite Tales? That show that they had there on the Discovery River? Because they have a gigantic, like, amphitheater they do nothing with.
They do not use. Nothing. What do you want to do with it? Because now that's kind of sitting in between our Americas and our Australia. I thought Kite Tales was cool.
I never saw it in person, but I don't understand why we didn't keep it. Like, you don't have a parade.
I think they just had a lot of issues with it. You could sit at Flame Tree Barbecue, like in their back seating area, right along the water, and watch it from there. So that's cool. That's what Mom and I did.
Yeah, I would love to have something there. Even if you did, like, remember when they had, I think it was during COVID, like the what do they call them?
Flotillas?
Yes. Even if you had some kind of, like, parade of, like, a water parade.
Water parade, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see that, where you bring those things by and, you know, it's like...
Play some music.
Yeah, play some music, and, you know, you don't have to... It's kind of a little bit hinting at, like, the way that they bring the boats by during Fantasmic, you know, but it doesn't have to be a nighttime thing, and it can be...
And put some shade up.
Yeah.
Put, like, those big... shade things, like the cloth
over the bleachers or over
they're
the
made out of. Yes, and then maybe even put some tables there instead of just bleacher seatings, because you could just do like a showtime like once every hour and a half or something, but people would like bring their lunch or their snack and just sit and chill.
Well, you were just talking about how much you snack in that park, so it'd be a great place to just sit and snack and
and see the characters.
Okay, so we're bringing in a water parade into our park.
Yes.
With tables and shade.
Shade.
Your two bugaboos about the Disney parks. Tables and shade.
Tables and shade.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
We also, we tabled Lightning Lanes and we tabled, what was the other thing we tabled?
Whether or not we keep Pandora in our park. Right?
Oh, that's right. And I think we're pretty settled on it stays.
I think it stays. I think if we get rid of it, we just need it for additional things to do in the park.
Space filler, yep. And I think it fits that mythical. Was it mythical? What was the?
Yeah, mythical,
animal.
Imaginary, whatever. Yep. Creatures. Okay, yes, we did. You're right. We did table Lightning Lanes. So because you were saying, like, you just don't think Animal Kingdom is a Lightning Lane worthy park. So my first, I want to talk as it exists now a little bit, and then whether or not we should have Lightning Lanes in our park. So
we are. That's not even a question.
Well, my question was going to be, do you think we brought enough attractions to warrant needing a Lightning Lane?
100%. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's just, because usually, here's what else, like, just to kind of, like, what we usually do is we kind of wrap up a park with our, like, top tips and tricks, and we kind of discuss some of, like, our memories and our favorite things about that park, and I feel like we've done a little bit of that in these episodes as we've been recording them, and so... Like, I don't know.
And we know you don't have enough memories in this park, so.
I don't have enough memories.
It would just be me.
Which, you know, we can sprinkle your Animal Kingdom memories maybe into, like, our maybe a Q&A episode or a...
Yeah. I don't have, like, any incredible either.
Yeah,
so
I feel like we can create, like, our map and we'll put it in stories and, you know, maybe I'll throw our completed map for the park in right here in our video if you're watching on YouTube, with our added things that we're doing. But so let's do maybe like a 5-minute quick fire, if you will. Like, what are our tips and tricks? And I feel like big tip trick number 1 is you don't need Lightning Lane in this park, especially as it exists right now.
Yeah, so if you're doing a base ticket and you're visiting Animal Kingdom, like, don't spend money on lightning lanes. Save it. If you want to do a lightning lane, do a single pass for Flight of Passage, and then rope drop Na'vi River Journey. Do that, then go to Safari first thing in the morning after. Do your single pass later. Eat lunch at Saltuli. Get a Night Blossom.
Okay. And that's your day at Animal Kingdom.
And then leave. No, I'm just kidding. No, you need to go to Nomad Lounge too for a afternoon
right.
cocktail in the best churros on property.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I 100% agree. It's not worth the extra money. Take that money, spend it somewhere else on your vacation. It's just not needed. And
Yep.
We talked about it in the first, it's a hot park. So if you're visiting in the warmer months, do not push yourself in this park.
No. Especially because it's so humid because of all the trees. You probably won't feel how dehydrated you're becoming until the next day. And then you'll be like, why do I feel so awful? Oh, because I did Animal Kingdom yesterday from open to close, even though it's shorter hours, and I'm dying.
Yeah, it's the most humid. It's also the most walking. Like, if you feel like Epcot is a lot of walking, Animal Kingdom is so much more walking because it is such a larger park, especially if you're going to do all of the treks to see the animals. So pace yourself. Keep yourself hydrated. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and a hot tip, while the Boneyard is opened, the kids' play area, you can actually get the wait list for Nomad Lounge while you're in the Boneyard.
Oh, you're close enough.
So the kids can play while you're waiting. Yes.
Oh, okay.
The kids can play while you're waiting to be called and then just walk over.
Okay. What is your, I'm going to rapid fire you this time because you have all the memories.
Okay.
What is your go-to mobile order that you're doing when you get to Animal Kingdom?
I snack, so I don't know. I feel like Flame Tree Barbecue, but also Saltuli Canteen.
Okay. What are your favorite things that you're eating? We didn't even really talk about Flame Tree Barbecue, so what are you eating there?
I got the pulled pork sandwich. I didn't eat the bread. Their fries are good. I like their french fries there.
I have heard the french fries are pretty baller. I've never eaten there, but it is a place that I do recommend to people who go into Animal Kingdom.
And there's tons of seating. Even if you don't get your food from Flame Tree, I think they kind of frown upon this now, but if they don't, there's so much seating back there. And it's all themed, and you can even, like I said, with Kite Tails, you can sit along the water.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of seats. It's kind of just tucked behind. Okay. A lot of people don't walk back there. But yeah, get a Night Blossom.
Get a Night Blossom. Okay.
Get a Night Blossom. A beer in Asia.
I can't remember. Did you say you've done the Gorilla Falls trek?
Yes.
Out of the two, Gorilla Falls or Maharaja Jungle, which one are you doing?
Probably Gorilla, because I feel like the last 2 times I've done Maharaja, I didn't see as many animals. But you want to see the baby tiger Basco, so I feel like right now you probably want to do Maharaja.
Yeah. I have to imagine that tiger's getting pretty big at this point.
He is.
Yeah.
I did just see that one of the gorillas passed away. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that.
I have a fun, not so fun fact too. The zoo in Erie, PA, which is only 40 minutes from me, they sent their rhino, a younger rhino, to the Animal Kingdom. And it got spooked one evening, and it ran really hard into a gate and passed away.
I think I didn't realize that was the one nearby you, but I did see that.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So now we have rhinos again, but we didn't for a while up there. Because we had to, this was my zoo. I think we had to switch the rhinos around because of breeding. I think we sent that one down there for breeding. But yeah, and I think it was younger. And
I think you're right. Okay, I went to our honorary producer for some questions.
Or producer, yes.
Around this park. So we're gonna do a quick this and that. Ride in front or ride in back, Everest?
Front.
How come?
Because that ride going backwards is so much G-forces. So when you're going back, you're actually in the back when you're sitting in the front.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you're going at the front, You're in the front to go down the hill.
Yeah. Okay. Pandora or Harambe for atmosphere?
Pandora.
Okay. Dole Whip at Tamu Tamu Refreshments or Mickey Bar?
Neither. Dole Whip.
Okay. I feel like we did this one. Like spend all day or park hop after lunch.
Go there in the evening.
Okay.
Park hop to Animal Kingdom.
Okay. Unless you want to like ride the safari and you're park hopping.
The safari's good in the evening though too.
Is it?
Like really good. Yes. You try to get on. It closes a little bit earlier than the park does.
Okay.
So I think if it closes at 6, the last safari like is 5:30. It's good in the evening too.
Okay. Are the lions? Yeah, probably because the lions are like, we're hungry, feed us, just like at your zoo.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. This one, I have to laugh at this because even ChatGPT was like, nighttime show, Rivers of Light, and then it says R.I.P. or Tree of Life Awakenings.
I don't think I saw either.
I don't really think I did either.
Mm-mm.
I got nothing. We were not there in 2021 late enough to see any kind of like nighttime anything. Even when they had like the beacons of light or whatever they were called.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Bang on the drums in Africa or walk by?
I think I've never banged on the drums in Africa.
Okay. Okay, here's a good one.
I'll probably walk by.
Here's a good one. Which Disney character would you want to ride the safari with?
A face character so they could talk. I'm thinking of who would be the most excited. Maybe Ariel. Because she's been in the sea, so she's not used to land animals. She would like be excited about it all.
Yeah, I think you're right. I could see that. Man, I don't know. But I also feel like Belle is also so well read, she'd probably spit some animal facts at you. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Hang on, let me go back to my list here. Okay. Final question. Out of the 2 shows in Animal Kingdom, Festival of the Lion King, Finding Nemo, which one are you doing?
Festival of the Lion King. You will not drag me back into that big blue beyond. Nothing.
That makes
Ever.
me so
Again. The cast members are great. I will not sit through it again. I also felt I was dying at this point in my day, so maybe that's why I feel so harshly against it, but no. Festival of Lion King. I could do without the replay at the end of Festival of Lion King, though, where they go back through all of the songs again. Mm-hmm. I could do without that. That's about the point I'm starting to like, okay.
You're like, yeah, I'm done. This is, yeah.
But it's really good.
I will say I'm a Finding Nemo girl, I think. I love it. And this is, so you did say you did have one, like a couple of memories. So if you want to share one, you can. But this is my one memory that I do have. And I don't know if I said it in our previous episode. So if it's a repeat, forgive me. But when my husband and I were on our honeymoon, if you have not been to the Finding Nemo stage show, it's like puppeteering, right? And beautiful costuming, and it is a fun show and a great break from the heat. I will say that too. But at the time, and I don't know if it's still that way, they had a kind of a catwalk going into the audience. And so if you're sitting down in front, you can sit on either side of the catwalk. We were sitting on the side of the catwalk next to the stage. And when they came out to do their curtain call, the puppeteer that was doing Nemo bent down and saw, like, because they had seen our shirts because we were on our honeymoon, and said, "Congratulations, guys." And I was like, oh my God, Nemo said congratulations to me. Like, the day is made. Like, I was like, this is great. This is amazing. Like, that was, yeah. So, that is my one memory from Animal Kingdom.
My only, like, kind of sentimental memory, which is not very sentimental. I think the first time it was the first time we ever went to Animal Kingdom. I was pregnant with my daughter, and it was just me, my husband, and my son. We were coming out of the Gorilla Falls exploration trail, and it's downhill just slightly. And my son fell and skinned his knee for the very first time, so will always remember where he had his first skin knee, and I point it out every time we go. This is where you skinned your knee the first time.
This is the very first time.
He thinks it's less than...
He's like, Mom, why would you remember that?
Yeah.
Yep, that's one of those embarrassing moments that he will never live down. Yep. Because he'll be like, Mom, not the skinning of the knee, but the fact that you know that he skinned his knee there for the first time and you tell him all the time. Yep. Just some secondhand embarrassment from Mom. I love it. I love it. That's what we were put on this earth to do besides raise children, is embarrass the crap out of them. Okay. I think that wraps up Animal Kingdom. We don't have a top 5 favorites and memories coming up. So what do we have coming up?
We're going to chat Disney Springs, and we're going to also kind of chat how we want to set up our 5-park Disney destination. And I think that'll be next episode.
Yeah, I think, we're going to talk, we said we were going to talk Disney Springs and maybe what we like about Downtown Disney out in California, if there's anything we'd want to bring over to our reimagined parks destination. Yeah.
If it were up to us.
Well, you'll just have to listen.
Oh my God, there's a spider on my computer. Oh my God. I'm going to take a picture of it. Get it. Freaky.
Ugh,
I don't want to kill you, but you can not. It's a jumping one if it jumps at me. Did I get it? I don't think it's in here. Oh yeah, it's crushed. The problem is these are my Animal Kingdom notes.
Oh, and you just crushed a spider on your Animal Kingdom notes.
And I'm not opening it back up, so hopefully the memory of it is.
Yep. Okay. Well, should we get back into Animal Kingdom now? I might keep this in. I'm be honest with you. I might keep this in because that is great. That's great. That's podcast gold right there. Well, I'm sorry you lost your notes for our podcast, and that's an unfortunate event.
It just was right at me.
See, yeah, I don't. Ugh.
And then it literally squared up like it was ready to fight.
Oh my God, that's gigantic.
It's let's go, girl.
Stephanie, that's huge.
It's
okay. You cannot tell me that I'm staring at the edge of my laptop, looking at the I'm pretty sure the size is comparable, and no, thank you. Ugh. Yeah, I wouldn't open your notes either.
Killing the wildlife. No, I don't want to see its blood and guts. I'm good.
Nope. I can't look at it anymore.
It'll be in our chat forever.
Yep. That's going in our stories when we post this because that is ridiculous. I can't get it out of my head now. I have the heebie-jeebies. Okay. All right. So we'll get back into Animal Kingdom. In the event that I don't cut, or in the event that I do cut out